Okay, guys, fast forwarded a little bit since the end of the last episode, and we're in the interlude once more, so it's nice and quiet. So, as you can see, no new episodes or notes, I guess I should say, have been added to this list yet. But the Son of the Wolf is a Lavan centric note, so I thought we should maybe do this, get his perspective on things one more time, and then we'll continue from there. So, Son of the Wolf, let's go.
That man deserves to die. That's what I've been thinking all along. How could I think that of my own father? He was always so selfish and had never considered his own family. Every time that man did anything, Mother would be angry, then sad. Whenever my father disappeared somewhere, my mother would always tell me, "Do not grow up to be like your father."
Don't cry, Mother. I'll try my best. I won't become like that man. I will become a proper lord for the family.
The ideal lord, with a strong sense of responsibility, generous to the people, intelligent. That is the kind of lord I will become. But would I be able to? Would I be able to become an upstanding adult? One day, my father vanished, and he was never to return. Mother told me so with an infant I didn't recognize in her arms. Who was that? Not that I really cared. That man disappeared. Now Mother will never have to cry or be angry again. She began to smile more, but those smiles were never directed toward me. She only ever smiled at that infant. Only the infant would be loved by Mother. Even if it made a mistake or cried, it was given love ceaselessly. I've put in so much effort, yet this one can do nothing, and still. The infant in my mother's arms was soon able to begin walking. I found out it was a girl. She was a girl, but why was she being raised as a boy? Could it be that Mother intended on making her the lord instead of me? Why? Because I'm not dependable. Because I wouldn't be the ideal lord. Because I'm that man's son. I didn't know. I was always so worried about this, yet the girl was always smiling. How can you smile like that? You were found somewhere. You're not our family. I hate her. I can't become the ideal adult. Mother won't smile for me. I hate everything. When I grew up a little more, I found her in an unusual place. She was in the shadows behind the manor, crouching over and crying.
What are you doing?
Leavon?
Why are you crying?
I'm not crying.
You're lying. You were crying just now.
Because I'm lonely. I have no mother or father.
You're lying.
I'm not lying.
You're always smiling in front of Mother.
I have to smile, or Francisca always looks like she's about to cry. You're amazing, Leavon. You're always able to help her.
That's not true.
I'm only smiling because that's all I can do.
And just like that.
After saying that, she wiped her tears and smiled. I was the same. Just as I was working hard to please, she also was forcing herself to smile. When did I stop smiling? When was the last time I smiled in front of Mother?
That's why he's got that gentle smile now.
You're amazing.
I'm not.
No, you are. You're strong.
I have to become stronger too, so that I won't lose to her. Jed. She's really a woman, but she's working hard. I had to do better than Jed. Since then, I worked even harder. I can't lose to her. I have to be stronger with the sword.
Choo-choo-choo. Wow, how do you move that quickly?
I have to be smarter.
Hey, can you teach me that?
More. More. Stronger than her. So that people will say I'm better. So that I can become my ideal self.
Lavan, you're amazing.
But I wonder why. The closer I get to my ideal, the more ugly emotions flow outward. I want to be someone special to her. But I can't. I shouldn't. But I want to. I want to touch her. I want to steal her away. I want to tell her my feelings. These emotions are so ugly. These selfish emotions. At this rate, I'll be the same as that man. Nothing will have changed.
Yeah, glad I did that note, actually. I had forgotten some of his thoughts and feelings regarding that. I do wonder why, like, giving in to his emotions regarding Jed equates in his mind to becoming like his dad. I wonder if we'll get any more info on that, or if I'll be left to wonder, but... Alright, we've got that framing in mind going forward with the whole stealing away and things, so I'll jump ahead again, and I'll bring you in when something happens. Okay, as I was fast-forwarding, I forgot that Hugh came to talk to us about the magical stones and how they've been affecting our boys. So I thought I'd bring you in when he's about to talk about Leavon and see if our girl has any insight about our boy, knowing that he's been influenced by the gems. Shut up! So where are the other magical stones?
Lavan has the third, although he has it somewhere no one can see.
Leavon? I did not expect that answer. Leavon hadn't acted strange at all.
I thought he was more sane among the wolves.
Yes, well, he's managing to keep it at bay. His powerful mental aptitude could be resisting the stone. Or perhaps he's just that good at deceiving the people around him. The latter seems highly likely. Seems like blood is thicker than water after all.
Blood is thicker than water and that he's hiding something. Like his mom, I guess? Is that what he's implying? Leavon was hiding something. No, that couldn't be true. I didn't even notice it with Levi. Then... Okay, is that... Alright. I think that's everything. Let me just... Okay, yeah, this is more like, alright, that's what we gotta do with the Kaleidostones and stuff like that. Fine then. Still interesting. Knowing that Jed does have that little bit of information. So, I'll bring you guys in when something else changes. Okay, we are now in Chapter 7, and our girl's on her mission to collect the stones. So, first she's trying to find Leavon, so I thought I'd bring you in when he's about to come and meet with her. And then we're gonna look into his heart, the darkness in there, and all that good stuff. I woke late in the evening in a slight daze. It was then that Elric came in to say...
He said he's coming tonight.
Huh?
Come on, snap out of it. You've got some nerve after making me work like this.
He's coming?
Lavan. He said he might take some time, but he's coming.
I suddenly became wide awake. I didn't expect to see him today. I knew it was rude to think this, but seeing his efficiency was making me realize that he may be more than what I expected. Elric continued to mumble under his breath, but I thanked him in my heart. If not out loud. Poor Elric. That night. It was actually past midnight. Lawrence and Elric had already gone to bed, and the whole place was deathly quiet. Without a sound and in complete darkness, Lavan waited alone in the chapel. There were things I needed to tell him. There were things I needed to ask. I tried to organize the thoughts in my head. So many confusing events happened since we last met, but he was one person I could count on even during times like these. He was like a brother to me. Oof, the knife goes into the heart. And finally, we were able to be reunited here. I opened the church door with a heavy creak. The darkness of the night filled the room beyond the door, and I couldn't see the face of the person there. I was sure the same went for him, too. Lavan?
Jed.
I could never mistake that voice. I heard footsteps approaching until he reached a distance at which we could both see each other's faces. His face looked so serious. Was he mad? I warily moved a step back after seeing an unfamiliar expression on his face. He kept closing in on me. I do love this picture, though. The way he engulfs her is just beautiful, with the cape flying off and everything. Ugh. Gorgeous. Huh? Lavan?
I'm so glad you're safe.
His teary voice sounded like he was in pain. It was such a surprise. The fact that he hugged me was a surprise in itself, but I never knew Lavan could sound like this. I felt so sorry because that meant I caused him to worry that much.
You're alive!
Lavan wrapped his arms tighter around me. His embrace was so strong it hurt.
For a moment, I thought I lost you, never to see you again. I'm sorry. Please forgive me for embracing you this one time.
I was the one who should be apologizing, but I was speechless. Lavan's emotions and the strength of his arms. They were completely different from that of the Lavan I knew. It's burning up. My right eye started to heat up. This is... strong emotions is what it is.
What?
The necklace Lavan wore glittered, and my right eye focused on it completely. His necklace was a chain that ran through a ring, and the stone on that ring must be...
Jed? Listen up! Jed!
Lavan was saying something, but I couldn't hear him. I would use my eye's power without fear. The witch's power. As if resonating with the magical stones gleaming, my right eye grew even hotter. A strange sensation enveloped my entire body. The world became inverted. Here we go. Alright, let's take a little looky-loo. What is this? Where am I? This was different from the world I lived in. It felt like I had come to a completely different place. This was what my witch's eyes saw. Was this what was inside Lavan's heart? Was this what my power of clairvoyance could show me? Everything seemed distorted and made me feel uneasy. Was this what the inside of people's hearts were like? Or was it just Lavan? Oh yeah, where was Lavan? Was the owner of this space here too? Or...
Ugh.
Out of the many voices I heard, a child's grew louder. Was he crying? No. He was growling. Like an animal. A small boy appeared right before my eyes.
Yep.
It's interesting. I never noticed before that he's only got like one eye. This one's completely white, but that eye is now there, and you can't see this eye. What is the significance of that, I wonder? Is there a significance even? This? There we go. He was sitting down, holding his knees, and staring into the empty void with bloodshot eyes. Lavan?
Died.
Huh?
They died, and he still won't go away. He's always there. It's because of him that Mother... It's because of him that I... His blood flows through my veins. No, no, no.
Oh, right. I forgot that we learned that about Ashen Hawk. The ending of Ashen Hawk's route was so weird and dreamlike, for obvious reasons. But he was kind of telling us a little bit about his backstory, and that he had, like, the beast inside him as well. Is that what he means about the blood flowing through his veins, as he inherited that beast as well? And what is the beast? Because it sounded like Ashen Hawk killed somebody that he cared about a long time ago. I'm like, I still have so many empty pieces from my puzzle that I can't even begin to put it together.
No. No! Die. Die!
A clear display of hatred. It came out toward me like a dull light. Hugh said a magical stone amplified the hatred within people's hearts. No, you shouldn't let yourself be controlled by those emotions. The glow of hatred emanated from Leavon's chest. The source was the ring that hung around his neck. No, if you accumulated even more hatred in it. I subconsciously reached out to the necklace. The darkness was instantly transmitted to me. A darkness which was being absorbed into my right eye. A sudden increase in heat caused me to retract my outstretched hand. This was what it meant to use the power of the witch's eye, to look into the heart of another. I understood. I understood who Leavon was talking about. It was Leavon's father. I'm sorry, but I'm going to take a look. I reached out to the necklace one more time. Gah! My right eye burned and I felt a searing pain. A solitary heart. A heart torn by its own ideals. Leavon's heart, filled with hatred for his father. The emotions gushed out like a flood. And amidst all that, there was a slight sliver of light. Within the overwhelming darkness, there was a single ray of hope. And I will say, now for the record, I'm a whole sucker for the light in the darkness trope. Look at her being his light in the darkness. It's so cute. And then this gets rather spicy. Woo! This may end up winning the spiciest CG award, I'm just saying. Was this me? We had been together since we were young. The memories popped up one after the other. Among them was the sight of me being embraced. Leavon. These were Leavon's feelings for me. He has known I was a woman for a long time. Leavon's feelings. You weren't expecting that, were you? My vision returned to me. I was back at the church. Leavon looked at my face with a worried expression. I'm back. I made it back. I suddenly felt weak and fell to my knees.
Thud. Hey, what's the matter? Are you okay?
Yeah. I just felt dizzy, that's all. Leavon moved quickly to hold me up. These were the same arms that embraced me earlier. Knowing what I just saw inside Leavon's heart, I felt embarrassed. That's right. I saw it. This was the first time I used this power, but I'd looked inside Leavon's heart. His hatred for his father had continued to grow since he was small. And... I looked up at Leavon's face. He didn't know that I looked inside of him. He simply had a worried expression. I'm really okay. I hid my sense of guilt and embarrassment as I pulled his arms away. Leavon, let's go to my room.
Your room?
Yeah. I don't think we can talk here. I needed to start over with my emotions. I needed to fulfill my goal since I made Leavon come all the way here. It probably... No, it'll definitely make you feel sick.
I'm prepared. Let's hear it.
I let Leavon through to the room that I myself was still new to. Good sitting, good sitting. I had slept on that bed for an entire day. Leavon took a seat there while I sat down on a chair a slight distance away.
So what did you mean that I'd feel sick?
Leavon, did you know about Levi?
What about him?
That Levi was murdering people.
What?
You know the Black Shadow serial killings going around town? Levi was behind that.
If you're joking, I'm not laughing.
I wished it were a joke. Leavon looked straight at me. I maintained eye contact.
Is that really true?
I nodded.
There's no mistake.
I haven't checked with Levi directly, but he cut me too. I loosened my collar to expose my shoulder. It was mostly healed, but still wrapped in bandages.
No!
He placed his hand on his forehead, dumbfounded. I knew it wasn't an act. Leavon didn't seem to know either. I did wonder if he was suspicious, though. But there was one more thing I need to check. And I've only heard about this, but
There's more.
Francisca was the one pulling the strings behind Levi.
Hey!
His tone suddenly turned sharp. His anger was real.
And you believe that? That Mother is that sort of person?
I don't believe it. I don't even want to think about it. That was how I felt when Lucas first told me. But right now? But
what? You really think that's possible?
yes. I was actually starting to doubt Francisca, despite her being someone I loved and respected. Leavon continued to glare at me. I started to have feelings of regret toward Francisca and Leavon. But even so, I couldn't gloss over things. What I sought is the truth. But that was exactly why I glared back at Leavon. I stood my ground in silence. It was Leavon who flinched first. His glare softened and he looked down.
There must be something that's made you think that. It must be my fault.
He mumbled to himself with a sigh. I did not expect to hear that from him. Why?
Because I was unreliable as the heir to the wolves. That's why Levi and Mother...
That's not true.
It is.
He spoke so matter-of-factly. What made him feel so strongly about it? I waited for him to continue.
The leader prior to Mother. He was the worst. He did nothing but live his life freely. He rarely even came back home. The rest of the family detested him from the bottom of our hearts. Naturally, so did the townspeople.
I do wonder about that. I don't think it's ever explicitly mentioned how the town felt about Apris as a leader. I mean, yes, he was very footloose and fancy-free, but was he really just like, whatever? I don't know. I just don't know. We have nobody to tell us the truth. Unless Hugh wants to tell us at some point.
Back then, the townspeople had begun to hate the Wolf Clan. That man saw the situation and simply abandoned the family.
Is that what your mother told you? The lord before Francisca was a member of Leavon's family. That meant it was Leavon's... I remembered the glimpse I took inside Leavon's heart earlier. Although I couldn't see his face, the young Leavon hated his own father.
Mother always told me to never grow up like him. Of course I wouldn't. I wouldn't even if she asked me to. That's why I did everything in my power to become a good lord, so that I could support the Wolf Clan and bring it to prosperity. Ever since that man vanished, that is all I have done. But I didn't do it well, apparently. That's why it caused Levi and Mother to do such things. I'm no different than that man after all.
That's not true! I didn't know what kind of person the previous lord was, but I knew better than anyone how much Lavan toiled and suffered. And the reason why Levi went insane was because of the magical stone.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't be complaining. This is why I'm so terrible.
That's not true. Don't talk about yourself like that. I respected Leavon and hated hearing him speak this way of his own existence. That's why my words came out as a reprimand. Leavon gave a very slight smile, and then his expression changed completely.
You said you didn't check with Levi directly, right?
Right. I haven't seen him since that day.
Me neither. But I've sent people to go look for him.
Please tell me if you do find him.
Of course. But what do you intend on doing after you see him?
Huh?
It's a fact that Levi slashed you, right? Can you really forgive him for that?
Forgive him? My shoulders stung. The memory of Levi that night seemed to be relived once more. Blood splattered in front of my eyes, the bestial glare from Levi's eyes, the day I fell into the bone-chilling river. Hold on, I just need a sip of water. Okay. That should help. I don't know. That was what I honestly thought. It wasn't about forgiving him or not. I didn't even think about that. I'm just worried about him. I want to know that he's safe. The blizzard hasn't stopped since that day.
You're so kind. Or should I say strong?
I'm not strong at all.
No, you are. That part about you hasn't changed since we were children. That's why
Lavan looked into my eyes. I felt the same sensation from when I saw that ray of light inside Lavan's heart. They were the feelings that Lavan had for me. Lavan?
When my ring shone, I had the sensation of you entering into me. Was that just my imagination?
Kinky.
Or could that be the power of your red eye?
Huh? Lavan already knew! What should I do? I was hesitant about letting him know that I peeked into his heart. I'm sorry. I did see what feelings you had. I told him honestly. I didn't want to lie to Lavan any longer.
I see.
Lavan only mumbled. He didn't even ask me what I saw or how I did it.
I'm sorry. That was weird of me to ask. I'll be going home for today.
Oh, wait! It's already quite late, and I can see that it's snowing again. I didn't think it was right to let him go. How about staying over tonight? I said that in the same way that we talked as brothers. Lavan looked very bitter.
You saw my feelings, didn't you?
Yeah.
Then do you know what that means?
Lavan stood up and approached me. I suddenly realized that he was a man coming closer to me. My body froze as if I was charmed. My mind swept away. And then... Oh, right. I rejected your kiss the first time, didn't I? Well, that's not gonna happen this time. Lavan placed his hands around my face. He lifted it up ever so gently, but his grip was strong.
What happens from here is up to you.
His tone was serious. Lavon's face was so close that I could feel his breath on me. My face was held in place so I couldn't look away or run. Oh, I'll be sleeping in the chapel. You can use this room.
That's not what I'm talking about. You should already know.
This was the first time I felt scared of Leavon. That is surprising, considering some of the things we've done. He was not angry. He was simply serious. I had to give him a response. Triple dots and things. Even so, I'm not saying no, it's just... Woo! Get it, girl! Even so, stay the night.
You...
I closed my eyes and placed my hand over Lavon's. To be honest, I'm scared. There have been too many things happening. Everyone is split up. And everything I believed in seems to have fallen apart. So, please give me some reassurance. Please be by my side. I wondered if my voice was shaking. What sort of expression was Leavon making now? Leavon?
All right.
Woohoo! He went for it! He went for it! Yay! That's great. First kiss CG! We did it! Suddenly, our lips touched. At first, he kissed me gently. The second time, he went deeper. The breathing through our lips brought a sense of embarrassment to me.
No excuses.
He touched a soft spot behind my ear, and it made my shoulder twitch.
I wanted to expose you with my own hands each time my emotions overflowed. I'm no different from my bastard of a father. This is the emotion you instigated.
More kisses fall from above. So many kisses and heavy breaths continued that my mind gradually turned into a haze. His arms around my back were so gentle and warm.
Do you want to stop?
Leavon stares deep into me. I shook my head. Oh dang, let's go. I didn't want to let his arms go right now.
Jed.
He whispered gentle, sweet nothings into my ear. Our lips then touched again.